Good morning, everyone. It's 11:21 a.m. and this is Season Ticket Baseball 1973 using the board game companion with Digital Diamond version 12 baseball. It's September 16th, 1973. I have the Chicago Cubs at the New York Mets, Shea Stadium. You got Chicago 75-72 and the Mets are 72-76. I'll be using Season Ticket Baseball as it says in the title. I might even try to use the Auto Manager. I have it out with me and I'll see how that works out. I normally don't use the Auto Manager. I just play both teams based on my baseball experience on whether players go or not and steal attempts. The Mets and Cubs do not have that many fast runners, so it's pretty conservative type of game built around pitching. So you got Bird Hooten for the Cubs and Jerry Koosman for the Mets. So I gotta have a sip of coffee. I am using the dice roller. I got the red die is 6-sided and the other two are 10-sided. Same thing with below that, the 0 and the 0, the white and blue are 10-sided, and that's a 9-sided die for the yellow if I want to decide who gets the ball or where it was hit. And let me start. Let's see what we got. All right, Koosman pitches. Got to make sure I got everything in front of me. Kessinger is up. All right. All right, so anything on the 100s, I read it off the pitcher's card. So 199, that's a high number in the 100s. So it's a bloop, second base. And let me think, 93. So I'm going to use those, I'm going to use that yellow number on the bottom there. And I'm going to say that is a 0-1-2. It's going to be I'm going to say it's a shot to left field. Double. Okay. So I put 2B, F7, soft. Here's the pitch. Rick Monday is up. A left-handed batter against Jerry Koosman. 638. Now that is off the stadium card. And a 638, that's a 3-6. So 3-6, 3-6, 3-6. Such a ground out to Milner. Kessinger will go to third due to it being on the right side of the field. That's how I play it. So I'm going to put G3. Billy Williams is up. Mets are going to play back. Kessinger has a speed of 3, which is not too great. F11. Let's go 195. That's a bloop single. 2, right field. All right. Jose Cardinal batting fourth. Cubs are up 1-0. Billy Williams on first base. Hall of Famer. Here's the pitch. 674. That's off the Shea Stadium card. And a 674 is a hit by pitch. This is the second game in a row. The Mets have had trouble in the first inning. Hey, Ron Santos up. Another future Hall of Famer. We got one out. Here's the pitch. Ooh, to get some high numbers here. 396. So Ron Santo, a 396 is probably not a good result. Oh, it's a 1B with a plus sign. So that is Runner on second scores. Runner on first goes to second. So 1B, that's going to be the left field. But most of the time the codes are pretty easy. So what I did there is I put a 1B F7, and I put an R runner on second, R2, and then I put another 2. That means he goes home. All right, fan zone's up. Here's the pitch. A 304. That's a strikeout on fan zone's card. I just put a K. Out. And we got Paul Popovich. Here's the pitch. Hey, 582. So that means I look at one of the fielders' cards. For fives, anything with a 5, I look at one of the fielders, and the 8 is the second number, so that's the center fielder. And he has some numbers on his card, and a 582, which is a low number. Like if it was a 589, it would be a triple. But a 582 is an F8, so he was lucky. And that's 3 out. There. So that was 7 batters up, and they are winning 2-0. Wayne Garrett, third baseman. Wayne hit 256 that year, had 16 home runs. Here's the pitch. A 420, and Hooten's a right-handed pitcher. A 420 against a righty, a base on balls. Oh, we could have a high-scoring game here. Felix Mian, for those of you who don't know, really was a guy who batted with half the bat showing on top of his hands and below his hands. This guy had the biggest choke up on the bat I've ever seen. I don't think anybody since has had it like that. And he hit 3 home runs that year. He had 185 hits, 290 average. That was a pretty good year for Felix. They got him from the Atlanta Braves. So here's the pitch. 5-10. That is off the pitcher's card. And, oh, I got to look at the right pitcher now. 5-10. That's a 163. I don't have that come up too often. 163 double play. So a G, 163 double play. Felix didn't have much speed. Rusty stops up. Here's the pitch. 137. F7. I gotta make sure I look at the correct pitcher's card because I got them, fairly close together on the board in front of me. All right, Hundley. 175. I look on Koosman's card. That's a base on balls. Jerry pitched 263 innings that year, 14-15. And his ERA was, what was his ERA? 2.84. Oh, there it is, 2.84. Great ERA, 14-15. Mets did not score any runs. Bert Hooten's up. There is no out. I always sacrifice bunt. That's pretty much par for the course. So Hooten's bunt rating is a 5, which is pretty good. I've seen it go up to a 6. I think that's the highest. Maybe it goes higher. I haven't really keyed on it, only for pitchers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the dice, count them up, and add the 5. That's 12, 18, 23, and on the chart, a 23 is a sacrifice plus batter out or runners advance. So it's SH53. Don Kessinger's up. Second inning. He's up again. Here's the pitch. 685 off the stadium card, and that's a high number. That might not be good. That's a single. That's a single, and runners advance 2 bases. So it went to left field. 1B, F7, R score. Guy in second scores, so it's R2-2. All right, Rick Monday. Here's the pitch. Hey, 198. A bloop double. And the Mets are horrible. There's less than 2 outs. Less than 2 outs. So he stops at third. All right. 2B, F9. That's what the chart says. Blue pits, double, second base, less than 2 outs. Only a 2 base advancement. Oof. What do you think, guys? Play infield in or? Whew, we need a strikeout. All right, I'm not going for the big inning. Here's F11. 125. That becomes a 3. It says 3XX on his card, so it becomes a 325. Oh! 1 off from a strikeout. It's an F7 plus R2 question mark, which means he could go. He could try to score. That's not happening with Cleon in left field. But F7, fly out left field. Kessinger scores on the sac fly. Let me put that in. F7, R3-1. Yep. Jose Cardinal. 246. He's a right-handed batter, so a 246 is a 5-3. Yep, G53. All right. The Mets are already down. Second inning. 4-0. 697. You got to add 10 to that because they are the home team, so it's a 707. So it's a deep drive to center field. And on this chart, I got to roll the die again. I got to roll the white die, the blue die, and add his power rating. Milner has a power rating of 9, which is the highest. Oh, and then I had these on the bottom here, so I don't have to roll again. So we got 3. 9 is 12. Deep center field. It's an F8. I saved myself a click on the mouse pad on the keyboard. I just changed that so I won't have to do it again. Cleon, here's the pitch. 216. 216. He's a righty. And it's a ground out to the second baseman. G4. Dave Schneck is up. I could barely read his card, but here it goes. 252 against a left-handed. He's a left-handed batter, right? Okay. Dave Schneck, lefty. His card is printed off my printer here. Not a pre-made card from Clay. So Schneck, Clay is the guy he's the developer of the game. I did get the 73 season printed out. So a 252 against a lefty for Hooten. That's an F5. All right. Santos up. 613. That's a strikeout. Carmen fan zone's up. He's 0 for 1. 235. Better get that little mouse out of there. 235. He's a righty. 230. That's a ground out to the third baseman. Garrett takes it, throws it first. He's out. Paul Popovich is up. We got 2 out in the bottom of the top of the third inning. You could tell I'm not an announcer. Here's the pitch. 469. Sorry, I'm yawning. 469 against a lefty. That's a high number. That's an F8. So Koosman has a fast inning. Good for a change. If Jerry Grody's up, here's the pitch. 685. That's a 695. That's a walk. And we got 258 average. Buddy Harrelson. No home runs that year. 428 against a righty. That's a grounder to the first baseman. He throws it to Kessinger for the out. G36. All right, the pitcher's up. We're going to go for a sacrifice. Jerry Koosman. Yeah, we gotta get him over to second base. Here's the bunt. So it's 6-10. His bunt rating is 5. That's 15. Fielder's choice. See below. Yeah, he's going out from the catcher. Can't remember the fielder's choice. Let me see. Defensive. Fielder's choice. Bring an infield in. It's somewhere on here. We do have a fielder's choice. Let's see if I can find it quickly. I have my cheat sheets here. Stealing with the lead, ratings, defense. It's sort of like a challenge. Let me see. No. I'll have to look that up. Let me see. Page. Where's my page 2-1? Fielder's choice. Let's see if he has it here now. Fielder, lead runner. Player rating. Fielder. I'm looking at fielders. There's nothing there. Lead runner, page 4. Okay, lead runners goes on. If somebody remembers fielder's choice, it says see below. Batters out, all runners advance. Fielder's choice, see below. What page did I get that sacrifice bunt? Sorry guys, I want to find this. So where is the sacrifice? Bunting. Bunt defense for a hit. Go and squeeze play bunting. Page 7. Bunt flow chart. Page 8. Oh, there it is. Possible fielder's choice. A specified fielder must choose one of the following. Take the automatic out at first base. Try to get a forced runner by challenging runner's speed with their arm rating. Add 3 to the fielder's arm if they are playing in. All right. I don't have that photocopy, do I? That'll be, oh, maybe I have it photocopied somewhere around here. You see, yeah, I do have it. No, overthrows I have. I'm going to have to photocopy that page. Because I usually don't do it. But we'll play on. All right. So Garrett's up. Here's the pitch. 577. So I got to look at the left. Nope. Right fielder. Jose Cardinal. 577. All right. So Cardinal, I gotta remember this. He's not normally, no. That's a left fielder, Billy Williams. Sorry. I gotta look up Billy Williams. He is a left fielder normally. That's a 2B R1 question mark. So R1. That means he challenges. The question mark means he may challenge the fielder's arm. He has a 5. Oof. That might be a good idea. So let's see. Garrett challenging the arm. Let's do this. Speed. Garrett has a speed of 2. Ooh. So I have to equal 15. Let's try it. I'll make it crazy. Because it would be good for Garrett to get on second base. I'm going to roll again. I don't think he made it. So the challenge, I got his speed. Garrett has a speed of 2. Add the 3 die up. 10, 11, 12, 13. Billy Williams' arm is a 5. So he fails. So I got to make sure I do this right now. Ah. 2B. F7. R22. No, it's not 2B. Well, hold on. 5, 7, no. What'd I say? Billy Williams card, 577. No, I'm wrong. R1, there was nobody on first base. He would try to score. All right, I'm wrong. My fault. Did all that for nothing. So it's 2BF7. 2BF7. Yes, that's all. There's no challenge. I read that wrong. All right. 4-1. 2 out. Come on, Felix. Get a hit. 98. You got to be kidding me. Home run. To left field. Let's see. HR. I think it's HR 7, right? I said number, but that's all right. All right, it is a 4-3 game. Rusty's up. 5-6-1. That's going to be an out. Mr. Don Kessinger. Ground out to the shortstop. And Rusty has a speed of 2. Okay. Randy Hundley's up. 5-1-9. That's to the pitcher. A 5-1-9 is an E1. We're going to do a bunt again. That's 14, 15, 16. 21 is a sacrifice. SH3 to batter out, all runners advance. Batter out, okay. SH. It says SH34. Let's see what happens. SH34. I don't know what that means. Hooten chops, nice bunt. Fielded by Milner. He throws to Koosman, and Hooten is out at first. All right. It's all good. All right, we got one out. Don Kessinger's up. He's 2 for 2. He's the big hitter for the game. 4-10 against a lefty. That's an out. G2-3. Hunley goes to third. Monday. 262 against a lefty. 262. It's an F6. All right. We got a 4-3 game. Bottom of the 4th inning. John Milner's up. Here's the pitch. 6:43 becomes a 6:53. They're the home team. That's a ground out to the third baseman. G5. Cleon Jones hit 260 in 1973. Here's the pitch. Oh, what happened? Oh, I didn't roll. 247. That's off the pitcher's card against a righty. 247. That's an F4. Oh. What happened? Schnuck is up. 342. I gotta reprint his card again. That's a ground out to the first baseman. His card is hard to see. All right, we're top of the 5th inning here, guys. Billy Williams is up. Here's the pitch. 5:23. That's on the catcher's card. Jerry Grody. That's got to be an out. I know it. That's a strikeout. Jerry Koosman. Jose Cardinal, age 29. He had a good year that year. Jose Cardinal, 303 average, 11 home runs. He had 33 doubles. Not bad. 112. That becomes a 312. And a 312 is a strikeout. All right, Koosman's pitching better now. Got 2 out. Here's the pitch. Ron Santo at 669. Ooh. It's a ground out to the pitcher. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Jerry Grody's up. Here's the pitch. Bottom of the 5th inning. 365. I got to look on Grody's card. A 365 is a ground out to the third baseman. Buddy Harrelson's up. He's a switch hitter, so I got to look for a 200 number. I got to look on the pitcher's card. A 252. F5. And Koosman's up. I'm going to keep my name. 126 becomes a 326. So on a pitcher's card, a 326 is in the 300 numbers. So I look at Koosman's contact rating, which is a 1. That's a strikeout. I guess if I was playing with like Ohtani or Babe Ruth, that'd be interesting to look at their contact rating. Well, I wonder how Clay does it with season ticket with Ohtani. Yeah, see, I don't play any current seasons, so I don't have the runner on the extra innings and DH. DH makes the game go a lot faster because you don't have to do substitution for the pitcher. Here's the pitch. 207 against a righty. 207, 407. That's a base on balls. Paul Popovich is up. Here's the pitch. 610. That's a strikeout. And Fanzone has no speed. He has a speed of 1 in season ticket, so he's not going anywhere. 476 against a lefty. This is a good, no. That's an F8 with a plus sign. So that is still, nope, no tagging. And we got 2 out, and the pitcher's up. Bird Hooten, here's the pitch. 547. Ooh, this might be a rough one. Felix Mian's card. 547 is a single to right field. And Fan Zone could try to go to third. I'm not even going to try because Staub has a good arm and Fan Zone has a speed of 1, so it's not worth it to try for third base. Maybe if there was 1 out or 1 out. Maybe if there was 0 outs. But nope. 1B, F9. Kessinger's pretty hot today. He's 2 for 3. All right, here we go. 428 against a lefty. That's a ground out. G46. All right, we're at the bottom of the 6th inning. Wayne Garrett's up. Getting into the later innings there, a 360. That's a ground out to Popovich. Throws to first base. 1 out. Felix Mian. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. Unbelievable. 490s. Oh, man. I thought it was going to be another home run. 497 for Felix. It's an F8. You get those high numbers. Anything that's a high number in the 90s, dangerous. Like a 397 or 399 is a home run for Rusty. 138. F7. All right. Could be some strategy going on here in this game. Rick Monday's up. Here's the pitch. 698. Oof, that's a high number. Base on balls. All right, Billy Williams, 1 for 2. 2 RBIs. 120, 320. That's a strikeout. And Rick Monday has a speed of 3, which is slow. Or average, I should say. F11, Jose Cardinal, 186. Whew. That's a single. 2 plus signs. So that is 2 plus signs. Runner on first goes to third. That's a shot to left field. 1B, F7, R1, 2. Sometimes the codes get a little crazy when there's certain plays, but normally it's just basic stuff. Alright, Ron Santos out with 1 out. We gotta go for a double play, right? Let me see, is there anything here for double plays? Hit and run, pinch runners. That's offense. Defense. I think it's all the same. Here's the pitch. 678. 678. Oh, that's not a good number. That's a single to center field. And it's 1 plus sign. Oh, it's only 1 base. Okay, so 1BF8. Here's the pitch from Fan Zone. 554. So I'm going to look at Garrett's card. This might not be good. 554. 5. Ooh, not bad. Double play. That's got out of a good one there. So we got 5-3. Bottom of the 7th inning. John the Hammer Milner. 128. That becomes a 328. That's a strikeout. Bird Hooten is at 91 pitches. He has a stamina of 119 pitches. Here's Cleon. 582. That becomes a 562. So I got to look at Kessinger's card, a 562. That's an out. G6. Schnecks up again. 667. Got to add 10 to that. So 667, that's a ground out to the pitcher. Terrible. That guy didn't hit too well. All right, Koosman's had 100 pitches. This is probably his last inning. 497 against a lefty. Is it? Oof. That's a high number. And on Popovich's card, it says deep right field. Okay, so what I got to do, I do have a roll there of a 7-9, and his power is a 0. So it's 14, 15, 16, the right field. That's an F9. He missed a home run by 1 number. Bummer. Well, good for the Mets, but not for the Cubs. All right, Randy Hundley's up. Here's the pitch. 185. That's a single. 185 is to left field. Right, what do we got? 1 out. Bert Hooten's up. Pinch hitter. I got Locker as a relief pitcher. So this is 1973 baseball. So let's see. Does the manager recommend anything here? Let me see. I like to look once in a while. Bring corners in, sacrifice bunt. Nah. I'm going for a pinch hitter. Go for a big inning here. How about Beckert? I used him yesterday. Okay. I'm going to use Beckert here. Here's the pitch. 5, 2, 3. So that's off the catcher's card. I think this is a strikeout. Yep, strikeout. You stop memorizing this thing. Okay. That wasn't too good of a pinch hitting at bat. Here's Kessinger's up. 181. That's a walk. So Koosman's almost at his limit. F11. 389. Uh-oh, this is not good. Well, I'm off. It's a high number. About a 374 to 381. 391 is F7. I think that's what it says, F7. All right, so I got to find a new pitcher here. I'm going to say Locker comes in the game. He's the big closer. Bob Locker. He had, I think, 18 saves that year, so he's coming in. He should be able to last 2 innings. Back then, they did pitch a couple innings in relief. Locker, not like now. All right, so Locker's in the game. I got his card up. Grody's up. I got Grody Harrelson in the pitcher, so Koosman's got to be done. Got to put a pinch hitter in. 455 for Grody. 455 against a righty now. Oh, Locker's a righty. Yep, G4. All right. Put Harrelson's up. 621 becomes 631. That's an out. F6. All right. We're going to have a pinch hitter here. So Locker's a righty. I do have Eddie Kranepool. I think I'll use Kranepool. Eddie was he was a very good pinch hitter. He's an original Met, played for the Mets from 62 to 79. Didn't have much speed, but very good hitter. His power was a 0. He only had 1 home run that year. Wow. He played 100 games, had a 239 average, so he wasn't that good that year. But let's see what happens. Pitch. Wow, he's only hitting 150 in my sim. Wow, he is low. Wow. That's tough. 485. He's out. F8. He's not hitting well at all. Surprised. Still got Willie Mays on the bench. I got to put a new pitcher in here. What do I got up? I got a lefty, righty, 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 righty. All right. Says consultant with bench coach, but then it doesn't tell you who to put in. So I do know the Mets. That's this Buzz Capper guy. Yeah, put him in. What the heck? Just got to find his card. Craig Swan, Ray Sadecki, Stromeyer. There's Capra. He's a relief pitcher. I'll put him in there. What the heck? Mets are down anyway. Got to get through this inning. Let me see. Capra. He was in 24 games that year. All right. Billy Williams is up. Here's the pitch. 590. That's going to be an out because that's Rusty Staub. 590. F9. Cardinal. Here's the pitch. 261. That's on Capra's card. He's a righty. 261. F9. Oof. If he was a left-handed batter, it would have been trouble. Ron Santos up. Here's the pitch. 345. Strikeout. Quick inning. Here's my last inning for the day. Wayne Garrett is up. Here's the pitch by Locker. 246 against a lefty. 246. 246. F9. Man, Mets only have 2 hits this game? Holy cow. Terrible hitting team. I can't believe they made it to the World Series that year. 227. Against their righty. That's an out. Ground out to Santo. All right, it's up for Rusty here. He's got to get on base. Got to get on base so Milner can maybe hit it out of the park. 621 becomes that's going to be an out. 631 is an F6. So we are done. That's horrible. All right, guys, that is the game. So let me save and exit. I'll show you what it looks like. And I usually fast play the other games, but if I find the box score here, Billy Williams was the player of the game, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs. Mets go to Pittsburgh. I got a nice newspaper box score. So that is it, guys. I did put these player cards into the game. I installed a one of the map face packs into the game, and a lot of the players had pictures were off team, so they might have been from a different team. So what I did was I went online and I typed in 1973 Cubs baseball cards, and maybe I put the name of the player. I can't remember what I did. It was pretty quick. And I just copied and pasted every player's card that needed changed. I went through every player and I did post the files online. You can see Gaylord Perry has his baseball card from '73, and like Billy Williams has his picture there, which was accurate. Has a Cubs hat on. You see Bert Hooten. Bert Hooten probably had a Dodgers face picture there, so I downloaded his Cubs card. That's a 1974 card of Pat Dobson for the Yankees. I couldn't find a '73 card. That's a '70. I have a bunch of '73 cards, but they're all pretty beat up. Jim Lomborg, Bryant, Claude Osteen. I used to love his card because he had so many years in the back of it. Dunning, Goltz, Dave Goltz. It's funny how you still remember some of these first names. Fritz Peterson, Jim Palmer. I think it was Regilio Murray, maybe. Terry Forster. I remember him with Goose Gossage, man. They were a good team. Who's G. Abbott? Glenn Abbott, Greg Abbott, D. Wilson, Grief. Okay, then I fast play it. Let me get rid of that. I don't have American League cards printed out, so I don't play them. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright. Then I go next day. I get it ready for the next game. So Tom Seaver's pitching. He was 15-11. In my replay, he's going against Bruce Keeson. Yeah, Keeson, yep. Jim Cott. Randy Jones, Morton, Steve Rogers, Jack Billingham, Ken Holtzman. In 1911, man, he's had a good year. I do have Oakland A's cards. Rudy May, Lindy McDaniel, Mike Cuellar. Yeah, Orioles had a good pitching staff. Bill Stoneman, Don Sutton's there. Don Sutton, 21-6. Oh man, he had a good season. Whew. All right, so I'm going to exit this game. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to take a little break, and I'll get the cards ready for the Pirates. Maybe I'll play a game later on. I like playing Tom Seaver's cards. All right, you have a good day. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to close this out. Take care now.